And let's go. Peace, love, life from the ancestors, young guys. Welcome to my channel where you find music, you find intellect, you find alkaline food. So it's just a place, a channel to raise your vibration. So today we're going to talk about Twitter and how they deleted Trump's account, okay? Because he so-called caused the riot at the Capitol, okay? Now, before I play the video, if you don't know what's going on, Joe Biden did not legally win the election. If you count all the legal votes, Donald Trump won again, and that is what caused the riot, because they've been having cases, they've been having hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of witnesses who seen and who was pled under oath to these fraudulent claims, and that it's been fraudulent. They got video of people pulling. I never seen a video of them pulling out briefcases after the polls was closed from under a table, like 3 or 4 brief suitcases full of ballots, and start counting them with nobody there. So I'm just like, they got so much evidence, and that's what caused the them to you know what I'm saying, run over there. Like, what y'all doing? Like, we've been chilling patiently, like we've been in court since, you know what I'm saying, since the goddamn election. So what y'all want us to do? The American people don't want Joe Biden as the president. The swamp do. So that's what caused that. So, and big tech is helping censor the president. That is crazy to me. I don't know if y'all, man, to me that is crazy. They deleted the president's account. Like, when did that ever happen? That almost made me want to be on Trump's side. Like, what's going on? Like, why do y'all want Biden in the presidency so bad? You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I was even looking into this, and I found this video. This is October 28th. You know, it's January 11th, I think. So yeah, January 11th. So this was just already coming. It was already coming. That they was already about to do this. So this just show people, because I don't think people seen this. 3 million people seen it, but how many people in America? You feel me? So this is why they ran over the Capitol. Let's watch the video.
I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding this hearing. The 3 witnesses we have before this committee today collectively pose, I believe, the single greatest threat to free speech in America, and the greatest threat we have to free and fair elections. Yesterday, I spent a considerable amount of time speaking with both Mr. Zuckerberg and Mr. Pichai. I have concerns about the behavior of both of their companies. I would note that Facebook is at the minimum at least trying to make some efforts in the direction of defending free speech. I appreciate their doing so. Google, I agree with the concerns that Senator Klobuchar raised. I think Google has more power than any company on the face of the planet. And the antitrust concerns are real. The impact of Google is profound. And I expect we will have continued and ongoing discussions about Google's abuse of that power and its willingness to manipulate search outcomes to influence and change election results. But today,
did y'all catch that? So Google guys, all the Google guys, they are directing people to what they want them to see. So, say they wanted to say something bad about me if I was big, you know what I'm saying? When you look up my name, the first thing you're going to see is the bad. You're going to see all the bad stuff that they want you to see about me. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's not good stuff on there, but you have to keep looking, and people are lazy. So you're going to go pretty much with the first or second search option that you find. So when you look up the election or something, boom, they're going to take you exactly to what they want you to see. Donald Trump crying over an election or something when you put it in, you know what I'm saying? So that's Google. Come on, y'all.
I want to focus my questioning on Mr. Dorsey and on Twitter. Because of the three players before us, I think Twitter's conduct has by far been the most egregious. Mr. Dorsey, does Twitter have the ability to influence elections?
No.
You don't believe Twitter has any ability to influence elections?
No, we are one part of a broad spectrum of communication channels that people have.
So you're testifying to this committee right now that Twitter,
Oh man, hold
when
on.
it silences people, when it censors people, when it blocks political speech, that has no impact on elections?
People have choice of other communication channels with which.
Not if they don't hear information. If you don't.
Look at this nigga. This is the CEO of Twitter. Would you buy anything from this dude? Man, come on, man. So look, this is why I wanted to watch this too. This was 3 months ago or whatever. He said he don't feel like Twitter has the power to, affect the election, right? But they feel he has the power to make people lose their minds and run into a government official building. You see what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to come watch this, you know what I'm saying? Because he's just gonna contradict himself, you know what I'm saying? He said no, it can't affect the election. So why would you censor somebody if Twitter's not that powerful? Come on, man.
I think you have the power to influence elections. Why do you block anything?
Exactly.
Well, we have policies that are focused on making sure that more voices on the platform are possible. We see a lot of abuse and harassment, which ends up silencing people and having them leave from the platform.
All right, Mr. Dorsey, I find your opening answers absurd on their face.
Sorry for the interruption. We're back.
Speaks in particular. As you know, I have long been concerned about Twitter's pattern of censoring and silencing individual Americans with whom Twitter disagrees. But 2 weeks ago, Twitter, and to a lesser extent Facebook, crossed a threshold that is fundamental in our country. 2 weeks ago, Twitter made the unilateral decision to censor the New York Post in a series of 2 blockbuster articles, both alleging evidence of corruption against Joe Biden. The first concerning Ukraine, the second concerning communist China. And Twitter made the decision, number one, to prevent any user, from sharing those stories. And number two, you went even further and blocked the New York Post from sharing on Twitter its own.
Wait. Did y'all listen to this, man? So the dude is blocking stories for Joe Biden. Stories that will make people question Joe Biden. He's blocking those stories and blocking the people who are sharing the story. The New York Post. For Joe Biden to get into this presidency, y'all, it's about to get crazy, man.
Own reporting. Why did Twitter make the decision to censor the New York Post?
We had a hack materials policy.
When was that policy adopted?
In 2018, I believe.
In 2018. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. These people just make up stuff. So now he just make up. It's a policy for this. You know what I'm saying? It's in the rules and regulations. We can do this when we feel like it.
What was the policy?
So the policy is around limiting the spread of materials that are hacked. We didn't want Twitter to be a distributor for hacked materials. We found that the New York Post, because it showed the direct materials, screenshots of the direct materials, and it was unclear how those were attained, that it fell under this policy. Now,
so in your view, if it's unclear the source of a document, in this instance, the New York Post documented what it said the source was, which it said it was a laptop owned by Hunter Biden and turned into a repair store. So they weren't hiding what they claimed to be the source. Is it your position that Twitter, when you can't tell?
He lying. He lying. He lying. Jack Dorsey, he lying.
Tell the source blocks press stories?
No, not at all. Our team made a fast decision. The enforcement action, however, of blocking URLs, both in tweets and in DM, in direct messages, we believe was incorrect, and we changed it.
Today, right now, the New York Post is still blocked from tweeting 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later.
Yes, they have to log into their account, which they can do at this minute, delete the original tweet, which fell under our original enforcement actions, and they can tweet the exact same material, the exact same article, and it would go through.
So, Mr. Dorsey, your ability is you have the power to force a media outlet. Let's be clear. The New York Post isn't just some random guy tweeting. The New York Post has the fourth highest circulation of any newspaper in America. The New York Post is over 200 years old. The New York Post was founded by Alexander Hamilton. And your position is that you can sit in Silicon Valley and demand of the media that you can tell them what stories they can publish and you can tell the American people what reporting they can hear. Is that right?
No, this was a, every person.
Yes, that's right. You just did it. How you gonna say no?
How? Every organization that signs up to Twitter agrees to a terms of service. Terms of service.
So media outlets must genuflect and obey your dictates if they wish to be able to communicate with readers. Is that right?
No, not at all. We recognize an error in this policy, and specifically the enforcement.
You're still blocking their posts. You're still blocking their posts. Right now, today, you're blocking their posts.
We're not blocking the posts. Anyone can tweet.
Can the New York Post post on their Twitter account?
If they go into their account.
No is your answer to that. No. Unless they genuflect and agree with your dictates. Let me ask you something. You claimed it was because of a hacked materials policy. I find that facially highly dubious and clearly.
Just in case y'all didn't catch that, the reason that they so-called blocked that Biden story that would have showed him working with the Ukrainians or show connections to China is because they felt like that information was hacked. That's what Jack said.
Employed in a deeply partial way. Did Twitter block the distribution of the New York Times' story a few weeks ago that purported to be based on copies of President Trump's tax returns?
We didn't find that.
Now he's about to kill him. Kill him. Watch this.
A violation of our terms of service and this policy in particular, because it was reporting about the material. It wasn't distributing the material.
Okay, well that's actually not true. They posted what they purported to be original source materials, and federal law, federal statute makes it a crime, a federal felony, to distribute someone's tax returns against their knowledge. So that material was based on something that was distributed in violation of federal law, and yet Twitter gleefully allowed people to circulate that. But when the article was critical of Joe Biden, Twitter engaged in rampant censorship and silencing.
That's all you really need to see, bro. When they was talking about some real stuff with Joe Biden, about connection to Ukraine, China, they censored that. When it came to them showing Trump's tax returns, which is illegal, they was okay with that. They let that run. Okay, so this is what big tech is doing to help Joe Biden get into the presidency, and you gotta question yourself to why. And why is people running through the capitals? White people, man. You feel me? These are like real blood Americans. Like, we voted for Donald Trump. I mean, we in a democracy, right? Supposedly. I mean, I don't give a fuck about this shit, but if we in a democracy, my guy, and we do a vote, and we find out the votes was fraudulent, that who was declared the winner is not really the winner, and then we go to court, we prove that the people that Joe Biden that y'all declared the winner is not the winner, and y'all still gonna declare on the winner. What do you want us to do? What do you want people to do then? That's in a democracy. What do you want them to do? I didn't vote. I don't give a fuck. But people who voted, who believe that they vote count and that their opinion matter and that American beliefs is true, what do you expect them to do? They're gonna act. They're gonna rebel. That's it. That's what you're gonna do. You're not being treated fair. You're gonna rebel. Check history. You're not treated fair. You rebel. You're not treated fair. You rebel. So I don't see what the big. Whoa! I can't believe they arrested the Capitol. And then they delete Trump's account. Like they really trying to get him out on some sneak. Like they trying to get that nigga out on some sneak shit. Like, man, they trying to impeach him for what? They gonna say he caused it, right? They gonna try to impeach him for come on. Are you serious? Y'all get y'all heads together. I just wanted to share this video for people who might not seen it and might not know who use these platforms and think these platforms is keeping it 100 with y'all. Especially Google, man. When you out there researching, but a lot of y'all don't do no research, so you won't even know. Like when you look up something, it shows like the same thing for pages. You have to go in and deep and find the truth, because like they just said, they'll show exactly what they want you to see if you just type it in. So you gotta go behind. You gotta see behind the words, and hope this open people's minds and let people know that it's about to get crazy out here. Y'all need to get your shit together. Like get it together. In every asset, like every form, financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically, you need to get it together. Excuse me, because it's about to get crazy. Because when the people go against the government, it's gonna be war. That's civil war, and that's when martial law comes, which I'm about to do. I'm about to start studying that right now, because I heard about it. I keep hearing about it, but now I'm seeing it lead to so much chaos that you will have to, you know what I'm saying, implement something, and that's what I hear is martial law. So now I need to go figure out what that is. So, and I hope y'all do too. So everybody be prepared. Love yourselves, raise your vibrations. Peace, love, life from the ancestors.